Hello friends, I hope you're doing well. I wanted to just show you a very cool trick that I just figured out how to do in Rhino that might be helpful in case you were wanting to make aliens with eyeballs on stalks. Let me show you how you do that. I'm sharing my screen. We're going back into Rhino. What I did was use my sub D tools. You see them in the sub D menu here. I made a column and I made a sphere. And I just kind of floated them one on top of the other. So there's what I want to make is my stalk and the ball that's going to go on top of it, the eyeball. So what I want to do first of all is just come in here, as you remember, Shift Command or Shift Control, depending on what you're on, and just get rid of the top of this thing. So I got to kind of zoom in here a little bit. It's a bit of a trick because you have to kind of see. I'm in ghosted mode, so I can see through my objects. Kind of helpful, but you might want to choose something different. And if I just hit delete, poof, the top of my pipe opens right up there. So in other words, I'm ready to start attaching these two guys. And here I'm just going to grab that face and delete it. And now I've got two openings that I can then match up. So this guy, I'm going to, fool around with the rotation a little bit, try to get it to be a little better. I'm going to grab that whole thing and then spin it that way. Is it going to work for me? Hello? I don't want to make a duplicate. I want to move it. Don't you hate when it doesn't work? Don't you just? Oh, it's just not responding right away. It's kind of, oh, I see. I've got ortho turned on. See this up here in this little ortho top? It snaps to the next unit if ortho is turned on. I don't want ortho turned on. I want to move smoothly and slowly like that. I'm kind of glad you got a chance to see me screw up like that, so you know not to do that. Don't turn on ortho. What do you? So I'm trying to figure out where that opening will line up. It's kind of a trick. Doesn't have to be exactly Bazak. And in fact, I think what I'll do is pull this up so that I'm out of the way. All right, so what I can do is look at this thing and say, what have I got? I got two holes, I got two openings. But here's the deal. The stitching will work. We're going to use a tool called stitch. It only works if the two things that you're trying to join up have the same number of edges. Let's go check it out, because these two don't, right? If I went in here and looked very carefully at this thing and said, I'm going to select this edge and go in and zoom and say, all right, what have I got? I got one there, two, three, four. So there's four edges on that hole. This one, on the other hand, if I click back in here and take a look, I'm going to go whoop, zoomio. There we go. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 edges. Too many. So I've got to get rid of some of these edges in order for this to match up. And I'll prove to you what I'm talking about by showing you how it doesn't work. And in fact, I'll show you even where it says it doesn't work. Let me just kind of get to the point where I can see both edge loops. That is called an edge loop. And you can select it specially. So we're going to go to Surface, or sorry, Sub D, Edit Tools, Stitch. That's where that lives. And it says select first set of edge loops, and I can double click on that edge and it selects the whole loop. So that's the first trick. Double click to select the loop. Select the second set of loops. I click that one and it says at the very bottom down here, way down at the bottom of your screen on the left hand side, it says on mine, on a Mac, yours is going to be somewhere different. Probably up. If you're on a PC, it's going to be up in your command line. Invalid input for stitch, invalid selection count. There, I proved it. So we know we have to get rid of, I'm going to get rid of a few edges here. And this is how hard it is. I'm going to shift command, shift control on a PC on one of those edges and just whack it. Get you. Now I've got 6 edges. I don't want 6 edges. I want 4 edges. So I'm just going to grab another one and whack that one and kind of whack that one. And now I kind of go, okay, I'm not crazy about that, but I've got 4 edges now. And so what I could do is shift click this edge loop. I can double click that and get the whole edge loop. And then I can scale it on the red axis and make it fat again. Isn't that cool? So now I've got a 4 edge loop on the bottom and on the top. Are you ready for this? Come on with me. Sub D, Edit Tools, Stitch, Select first set of edge loops. Sorry, undo. I messed up. Sub D, edit tools, stitch, U, select the second set, U, press enter when done. I hate myself. No, I don't. Select the first set. Crap. It keeps doing something. I'm not sure what. Have we got this built right? I think so. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jeez. Hokey dokey. All right, let's see if we can do this again. It's tricky, right? It's just plain tricky. So I'm going to double click that edge. Select the second set of edge loops. Double click that edge. Press enter when done. Doink. And that's what I was trying to get to happen. And this is also cool. It says, where would you like to locate the average of those stitches? And the answer is, I don't know, right there somewhere. So there, my friends, is an eyeball on a stalk. And you know, you could grab like parts of this thing. In fact, you can do something like that and say, give me the top of this thing. I use Shift Command to blow that up and then scale the heck out of that in some direction or another. Or hold down your Shift key and make it gigantic. So, woo! Anyway, I hope you're having some fun with this program. It's pretty crazy, but I don't know about you. It's a blast. See you later.